It's time for our 2,000 round review of the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 Carry Comp, which we're simply going to refer to as the Carry Comp for the rest of today's video. The Carry Comp is the Performance Center edition of the extremely popular Bodyguard 2.0. If you're interested in a numbers and features breakdown, check out one of our previous videos, like say our 1,000 round review of the firearm. In that 1,000 round review, we introduced its ranking map. In the majority of categories, the Carry Comp ranks very well. After another 1,000 plus rounds, the Carry Comp continues to perform at a very high level. Reliability and accuracy using both the sights and when point shooting, they remain very good. The Carry Comp is easy to conceal and it's easy to carry. Durability has been very good, just like with our original Bodyguard 2. After 2,000 plus rounds, our Carry Comp still has all the original parts and shows no signs of slowing down. You may be wondering, after more than 2,000 rounds, do things like the slide get easier to articulate and do the magazines get easier to load? The slide is easier to work compared to day one, but I would call it a small improvement. Better, but still far from something in, say, the easy rack class. The magazines are easier to load, though again, I say they're still a challenge. I can load them by hand to capacity, but most of the time I just use a mag loader because of how much effort a by hand loading method demands. Speaking of magazines, ammo goes in magazines, and you might be wondering, what ammo do we prefer to use in our Bodyguard 2 Carry Comp? This is an interesting question. It wasn't until between rounds 1,000 and 2,000 that I even started to pay attention to warning labels on boxes. I have not seen it firsthand, but I've seen pictures on the inner tubes of some boxes of 380 ammo allegedly having a warning label saying it shouldn't be used in firearms with a ported barrel. From what I've seen, the warning is similar to what is on this box of Blazer 9mm 124 grain full metal jacket ammo that's in the brass case. Looking at the 380 95 grain full metal jacket aluminum ammo I have on hand, and we can see it doesn't have that same warning, though interestingly enough, it does have one about not being used in a carbine. Do boxes of 3D ammo have warnings about not being used out of a ported barrel where you live? If so, let us know the ammo make and model in the comments. As far as what ammo I prefer, well, that's an easier one. For practice, it's whatever is cheapest and on sale in my local stores. So we end up shooting a lot of Winchester range in practice and Blazer aluminum when doing random range practice. For self-defense, well, we usually buy Hornady Critical Defense and Hornady American Gunner. Both are commonly found in stores and farm supply stores in our area at okay prices, making them self-defense ammos that are easy to practice with, that we know how they perform out of our firearms, and that we can readily get from multiple stores close, even when ammo availability goes wacky. Moving on. After our initial rounds of testing with the Carry Comp, it quickly overtook my original Bodyguard 2 as my preferred carry firearm. That combination of easy to conceal with improved sights, even more mild recoil, and high capacity is tough to beat. I carry inside waistband, and the extra slide and barrel length of the Carry Comp don't affect me in terms of concealability, depending on the person and the pockets. Some who pocket carry will feel otherwise. Others also have thoughts on the ported slide and see it as a negative, not a positive. That hot gas venting can obscure vision or burn the shooter. I don't want to call that a non-issue, but I think it's one of those things you balance against the benefits provided. Is less recoil worth the possibility of being dazzled shooting in the dark or burned should have shot from an awkward position? That's one of those things I'll let you be the judge of for yourself. To me, the muzzle flash from the port is only noticeable when reviewing footage. That flash looks cool for thumbnails, but I've never noticed it when shooting either indoors or outdoors, but that's just me. The being burned shooting from an awkward angle, well, that one, if I had to shoot from such an angle, I have bigger things to worry about. But again, that's just me. With 2026 being the year of the micro optic on the Bodyguard 2, you may be wondering what our thoughts are on that micro optic front. I would say, as with all things, there are trade-offs. Micro optics certainly affect the footprint of the pistol. As a result, adding a micro optic may affect concealability for some. I say some because I'm not affected. I can carry my Bodyguard 2 with the micro optic the same as I carried my Bodyguard 2 when it was stock, as I can carry my carry comp. Micro optics do add additional failure points. Batteries died. The micro optic can break or fail in some way. Murphy happens. You get the idea. In my experience, it's not all bad though. A micro optic on the Bodyguard has the potential to improve both the accuracy and fun potential for the pistol. If you want an optic on your pocket pistol and it helps you, more power to you. Am I more accurate with my Bodyguard 2 with the micro optic than I am with just the iron sights? Yes. Can I point shoot with my Bodyguard 2 with the micro optic just the same as I did when it had iron sights? Also yes. It conceals the same, so what's the downside for me? Well, the usual. Ammo prices. Having had a micro optic on my original Bodyguard 2, do I now want one on my carry comp? Well, that's a solid maybe. On one hand, adding the micro optic to my original Bodyguard 2 somehow made it even more fun to shoot, but on the other, I kind of like the idea of at least one of my Bodyguards having the iron sights and having options. Because the carry comp has the better set of sights compared to the original, at least of the two, I found it to be the better of the two to keep the iron sights on. The last question you probably have on the carry comp is, after having shot the original and the carry comp for thousands of rounds, and if I could only own one of the two, which would I buy? Well, if you have an extra $100 and you want updated iron sights, and you don't have any qualms with having a compensator on your pocketable pistol, I'd go with the carry comp. I think the updated sights plus less recoil is worth the price difference. So if I was only going to own one, I'd go with the carry comp. It has a combination of features I like. Technically, if I want to add an optic to it like, say, my original Bodyguard 2 has, I can. And while it has a couple extra downsides that the original doesn't, the trade-off is some worthwhile to me upgrades that it does have. Both are excellent choices as far as pocketable 380s go, but I like the carry comp. What are your thoughts on the Bodyguard 2 carry comp? Do you see it as a great update over the original, or do you think that the compensator and ported barrel are nothing but flash in the pan? Let us know in the comments. Well, that seems like the perfect spot to end today's video. If you enjoyed today's presentation, like it, share it with your friends and family. Those things are free, and they really help the channel greatly. If you'd like to help us make more of these videos in the future, look into becoming a member. Fred and I really appreciate you getting this far. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a nice day.
Now I'm going to need all of you in the Bacon Nation to have a seat right over there.
Oh, God. Did I get it? Yeah.
10 yards.
I'm thankful for you. I appreciate everything you do. So stay safe, stay healthy. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you on the TV. And, take care of Fred the Corgi when you can. You know what it is.